Welcome to the Monkeyzoo channel, and today we're going to go from scratch at looking how to download the Chia GUI or the Chia wallet, the Chia client from the Chia website from start to finish in real time, and just have a quick look through some of the basic functionalities of the wallet. So let's, without further ado, let's move on and have a look at the way we do this. Okay, so I've just set this up in a virtual environment. We're just going to go on to Google and we're going to look for Chia. So chia.net is where we're going to find the download. So here's the chia.net website, lots of information here, but we want to be clicking on this downloads button at the top right. Scroll down and you'll find the different versions of operating systems, and there's also a database torrent to speed up that synchronization if you're going to farm Chia. So we're working on Windows, so we'll click the Windows link and we can see up the top right here now it's now downloading. So what I want to do today then is essentially just give you a real-time video of exactly how long it takes to create yourself a desktop wallet on Chia. We won't go into full details of all the aspects of the wallet itself, but we'll certainly browse over them, and I'll do a little bit of explaining for each part. So here we go. We've got about half a minute left to download the client, and it'll download as an exe file on your system and put all the relevant files in the relevant places on your desktop. Like I say, it's a really simple system to use. I often refer to the Chia client as the Windows of Web3. It's very simple to use and very intuitive on how you use these things, how it operates. So here we go. We'll click on there, and that will start downloading or start operating. So minimize that. You'll come to this screen here where you can read through your agreement, agree to the terms. Only for me on my Monkeyzoo test. It's in virtual environment. This is where it's going to install the application, and it installs. So this takes very little time to install. It's very quick, and essentially it gives you the ability to either run a full node and start farming the Chia, the Chia, or mining Chia, or you can just use the wallet version, which is a sort of a light wallet version of the full node and the full blockchain. Okay, setup complete. Click next. Launch Chia. If you want to use the command line executable path, and click that. We'll click that and click finish. And what will happen now is the client will open like so. First thing you want to do then is, if you are just wanting to use this as a wallet, you choose the wallet mode, and if you're going to choose the farming mode, it's essentially the same program. It just allows you to start farming Chia. So we're going to open it up just as wallet mode at this time, because we can click a button and turn it to farming mode anytime we like. So we'll choose wallet mode. And first thing we need to do then is create a new wallet key. So here's your key. You'll notice it's 24-word key. So this is your like security side of cryptocurrency. You need to take a copy of these words all in order. So it's like a password, a super secure password, that if you move on to a new PC, or you want to delete your PC, your operating system, and you need to re-access this wallet, you'll need these words to do that. So copy all these down on a piece of paper. I recommend copying it down twice, so you've got one sort of super secure somewhere that's not going to get destroyed by fire or something like that, and one that's secure enough that you can get hold of it in case you need it. We can call the wallet a name if we want to, so let's call this Monkeyzoo test, and then we just click next. So the next thing that's going to happen then is the database will now start creating for your wallet. So just looking through here, we can see there's a few functions down the side: tokens, NFTs, credentials and offers, and we've got a settings tab down the bottom here. Up the top here we can see the wallet. Here we can see we are now linking to the Chia blockchain to build your wallet, and you can see here that this is orange. Once this is green, it means your wallet is fully synced up to the blockchain and you can start using it. We can click on here and we can see now that we have made connections to other full nodes on the blockchain. So we can see that we are actually syncing right now, and what's happening behind the scenes is your wallet database is being built. So let's just go across the top here. This here is your first wallet address. Now because Chia is a coin set model blockchain, which is very similar to Bitcoin's UTXO model, we can have multiple addresses that all point to this first initial address. So the first thing I'm going to do here, which you don't have to do, is I can copy this address, and this is going to be my sort of permanent address that's always going to be linked to this wallet. If I was to click this refresh button, I would get a completely new address. So anything that's sent to this address, this new one, would automatically be sent to the old address, and if I was to click it again, I get a new address again, and again these all link to one address. So if you send funds to this address, this new address, it's always going to come to this wallet. So I hope that makes sense. Just going across, we've talked about the wallet and the synchronization. This is a wallet connect button, so you can connect this wallet up to decentralized applications, so you can directly link for purchasing NFTs or cat tokens. We have an activity tab here. We'll talk about this much more in detail, but this essentially will alert you if you maybe have an offer for an NFT that you hold. Somebody can send you an offer and it'll come up here and say you have one offer to view. Okay, this is log out, where you can log out, and you could also create different wallets, so you can have multiple wallets inside this client. Tokens then, Chia token obviously, the summary of your balance here, spendable balance, pending and pending. So we'll talk about this again in a bit more detail, but really this is you treat this wallet like you would a Bitcoin wallet. So your total balance will always be in some sort of fluctuation between pending and what your actual balance is, depending on your transactions. So for instance, if I had, you got to think of everything as a coin. So one Chia coming in would be one coin, but if I sent 0.5 and 0.5 Chia into this balance, it would then be 2 coins of 0.5. Therefore, if I wanted to send out a transaction for 0.1, it would use one of those coins, and it would say your pending balance would be like the change. So the change coming back for you, if you was to use real money in a shop, you'd give somebody a $10 and they would return the change to you. So but again, we'll look at that more as we go along. Okay, send, fairly straightforward. Address you send it to, the amount of XCH you want to send, and the fee you want to add to get the transaction through the blockchain. Currently the fees are very, very tiny. The blocks are not full yet, so you can actually currently use 0 Chia as your fee, but I'd recommend putting at least a small amount of Chia just to ensure that you get into the blocks. Just looking down here then, you have a clawback functionality. Again, we'll look at this in more detail, but essentially you can stop those fat-fingered transactions and have a slight delay on, or as long a delay as you want, on transactions actually leaving your wallet. Transaction memos, again, you can actually write a memo which can be sent to the person receiving an NFT or a token from yourself. Okay, receive then. Again, fairly straightforward. This will populate with all your received information about when you receive tokens or Chia. The Actions tab then, there's a few options here. Delete unconfirmed transactions, so there may be a transaction that's stuck, or you may not have put enough fee on it for it to go through straight away. So you can click this delete transaction, and anything that's happening in this part here where things are pending will be released back, and you'll stop that transaction. Okay, going down the left hand side then, an NFT tab. Currently we have no NFTs, it's a brand new wallet. When you collect an NFT, it will appear inside this part of your wallet. Again, we'll do a whole video on NFTs. Credentials then, this is quite a new thing on Chia. This is verified credentials, essentially a way for you to have like a Web3 passport that other websites can use, and they can verify your credentials without you having to over and over again either KYC or give your details over and over again. You can have a verified credential that's been verified by either a government agency or a bank, etc. That way you keep your identity more secure and safe, because you can verify that you are verified to participate in whichever environment requires that verified credential. Okay, offers then. One of the amazing features of Chia is the way to build and create offers. Essentially what you do on this tab is you create a deal and sign one side of the transaction. So therefore I could maybe offer a deal where I'd create, let's click on it, I can create a deal for Chia, for tokens, Chia asset tokens, which are the same as the ERC20 tokens, NFT, and I can make the deal, and my offering part would be partially signed, and the requesting part is waiting for somebody to accept. So I could, for instance, add an NFT ID, and I'd like to receive maybe one Chia. So therefore I would create this deal, I'd click create offer, it would create an offer file, and then I could populate that from this process to multiple dexes in the Chia ecosystem that can allow people to come in and accept that offer. The beauty of this is that everything is peer-to-peer, so this offer appears on what you would perceive as a marketplace, but the actual transaction happens from wallet to wallet, which is a really powerful tool. And we'll talk about this more when we talk about NFTs, but ultimately it does away with the centralized aspects of NFTs where the marketplaces dictate whether you can accept, take your royalties. There's no fees involved, and there's no marketplace to stand in your way to say you can or can't list your NFT collection on their website. So as we can see now, actually the wallet is fully synchronized, so we're ready to rock and roll. But we'll carry on looking through here. Settings then, let's click on the settings tab. You've got a few tabs across the top here, and a few bits on the general here. So again, remember we said we could have wallet or farming. So the farming wallet here, if we was to click that, it would open up these other tabs, and it would start then downloading the full blockchain so that you could take part as a full node. So let's just click that now and I'll show you what happens. We'll allow access, and what happens now is you can see there's extra tabs down this left hand side where we're looking at the full node plots, which are essentially like your hashing power, and farming and pooling. But let's carry on down the road of looking at this. Light and dark mode, I think everybody probably goes straight to dark mode. Language, pick your language. Check for updates, although what will happen is you will receive a notification inside your wallet with these notifications telling you if there's a new update. Derivation index is linked to when we talk about these multiple addresses all being within the same wallet. Again, we can talk about that in more detail. Enable auto login, so when you start your client, you'll automatically come into your wallet. You could also set a passphrase. You know, if this is a shared computer, you're a family, you can switch that off. You can set yourself a passphrase, and nobody will get in there. Enable verified credentials, which again is this side of things. It's worth keeping on. Going across then, custody. Now Chia has this amazing custody solution that's being implemented as we speak, and we talked a little bit about this clawback functionality on the first part of the video, and this is the first aspect of the Chia custody solution that's really easy to use. So what you can do here is you can set a clawback, like we say, for these fat fingered transactions, or maybe you'd want to send a large transaction to somebody that's in a different part of the world, a different time zone. So I would maybe set that as say 24 hours or 14 hours, sorry, let's do 24 hours, and enable that. And what that does is, we'll have a look back in a second, but that enables the transaction to leave my wallet. It will sit in a middle zone and let the person I'm sending that transaction to see that there is an amount of Chia coming into their wallet. And what I can do in the meantime is I can go to sleep. I can send them a message saying, can you see that transaction coming into your wallet? They can then come back and say either yes, great, that's fine, it'll happen in another 12 hours, or if they come back and say no, then I can go, oh, I must have sent it to either the wrong address, or maybe I've sent them the wrong amount. So I can press the clawback button and receive those funds back into my wallet. Again, we want to auto claim clawback transactions. So for instance, the person I'm sending this to, so let's just put a small fee on here and enable that. So now that means if somebody is sending me a clawback transaction, I can see it in my wallet, and then I don't have to click on a button to say, yeah, I definitely want to receive that. I can just automatically let that happen. Profiles then, going across here, these are called decentralized identification, but essentially a digital identification that is on chain on the Chia blockchain. Again, we'll go into this when we create NFTs and show you how that works. The NFT tab then just gives you a little bit of information about some of the basic bits. So hide objectable content, i.e. if it's not suitable for delicate eyes. Images will scale to fit the NFT card, ignore the original proportions. So again, that's quite a useful thing to tab on so you can see your NFTs in a nice clear way. Cache, where it's stored on your computer, and the cache size. Data layer then, again, there's a separate video about data layer, but essentially what data layer is a way to store data on top of the Chia blockchain and prove that the data is correct. Again, that can be covered in a different video. Integration then, so this is sort of about Wallet Connect, and do we want to enable the Wallet Connect? So we'll enable Wallet Connect, allow us to look at and connect to decentralized applications. Key switching then, so like I talked about, you can have more than one set of keys on this Chia client, so you might want to give access to multiple wallets at one time, so we'll click that on. Manage permissions for your Wallet Connect app, so for instance, I can see here which ones I've connected to. There might be multiple decentralized applications. I can pick one and disconnect to it, or I can come down here and reset all connections so that all links to my my wallet are taken down. Notifications then, again, this is to do with this tab here. Do we want to enable these notifications to come into us? We can turn that off if people are annoying us. Pretty self-explanatory. Advanced tab then for being able to create signatures, verify signatures on chain. Again, that's a separate video. And if for any particular reason your Chia wallet is playing up and you're not seeing maybe the correct transactions, there could be a slim chance that your wallet database has become corrupt for some particular reason, so you can click the resync button and it will take all the information from the blockchain and rebuild your wallet database. Okay, so just up here then we can now see that the full node has started to download as well. So what we've got here is the orange tab to say that it's downloading, and what that's doing is it's looking at this the full node and it's syncing parts of the blockchain. It's probably not going to sync in this virtual environment because I've not allowed access out, but we'll cross the full node plotting, farming and pooling in a separate video. So that was the Chia desktop client in a nutshell. There's much more we can go into, and yeah, give us a follow, and we will continue to make some videos just explaining all the other aspects of the Chia ecosystem, including how to buy, sell, create NFTs, the different wallet applications, Chia asset tokens, and much more. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.